Good evening. My name is Dr. Doreen Ciancolini, and I'm a pediatrician in private practice. According to Bill 5343, fetal viability will be determined by the attending physician. There are, however, no qualifications specified with regard to the level of expertise required for the attending physician or abortion provider. For instance, trained neonatologists and pediatricians are usually called into high-risk and premature infant deliveries to ascertain the level of viability or survivability of an infant. The obstetrician is usually not the physician who makes this decision. Leaving the decision of fetal viability to the attending physician/abortion provider without qualification is fraught with potential danger for both the pregnant woman and preborn infant. The infamous Kermit Gosnell, now incarcerated for running an unethical, unhygienic, and dangerous abortion clinic that led to the deaths of pregnant women and many viable late-term infants, is an example of lack of regulation and lack of restriction on abortion. Bill 5343 does not define or designate any mandatory qualifications for the attending abortion provider, which could lead to, God forbid, a Gosnell scenario. Secondly, Bill 5343 does not allow restriction on the manner or method of abortion provided. This does not take into account the well-described occurrence of fetal pain. We now know via studies of the preborn infant's pain system that pain receptors develop between 7 and 20 weeks gestational age. Fibers that transmit pain develop between 16 and 20 weeks, and fibers that connect the thalamus to the cerebral cortex, which transmits pain, develop between 17 and 24 weeks gestation. It is thought that from 16 weeks, pain is transmitted from peripheral nerves to the cerebral cortex. In addition, the development of the human nervous system seems to occur on a continuum, whereby the development of pain sensation does not occur in separate, finite sequences, but rather in overlapping, interwoven ones. Fetal surgeons state in a 2014 study from the European Journal of Anesthesiology, the administration of anesthesia directly to the fetus is critical in open fetal surgery procedures. Mothers prior to fetal surgery are told that their unborn baby will be given an injection of pain medication as well as medication to ensure that the baby does not move. According to a 2013 study in the Journal of Maternal Fetal Neonatal Medicine, as early as 8 weeks gestation, the baby exhibits reflex movement during invasive procedures. In light of these facts, isn't it important to educate a pregnant woman struggling with the question of abortion? Since the decision to abort may be made out of fear or desperation, I think every woman should be educated regarding the facts and aware of the consequences this choice may have for her, as well as her unborn child. Bill 5343, to my knowledge, was designed to counteract any repeal of a woman's right to choose abortion. Yet, the fact remains, according to the Center for Disease Control's latest numbers from 2013, over 600,000 abortions occur annually, which is approximately 3,000 abortions daily. In light of these numbers, there seems to be little restraint or restriction on abortion. Rather than put forth legislation that provides less restriction, using the knowledge we now have of the development of the human person, isn't it incumbent upon those of us in leadership positions to proceed cautiously and compassionately? The question is, by loosening restrictions on abortion, are we choosing what is safe, ethical, and humane for both women and the unborn? Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Doctor. Before you leave, Doctor, any questions? Yes, Representative Coughlin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Doctor, when the dismemberment procedure that Dr. Corbasi discussed is utilized, is anesthesia typically provided to the infant for the
I don't know the answer to that question because I can't answer that question.
Any further questions?
It should be. It's almost a paradox though, isn't it? To give anesthesia to a living being who you're actually going to, who's likely going to terminate. There's something very strange about that to me.
Well, the question is coming about that you mentioned the development. It's nervous system.
Is well developed and can feel, and that's the problem we have.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further questions for the witness? Representative Robertson, I'm sorry, would you like your votes recorded? I know you were in committee earlier.
Six weeks. 6 to 7. Some say 6, some say 7. Yeah, depending on what you eat. Yeah, but it's early. Yeah. Well, the sensory system begins to develop, and it sort of isn't like at 6 weeks this is felt, at 7 weeks this is felt, at 8 weeks. It's sort of an interwoven pattern of development in the nervous system. So it's sort of happening. It's an overlapping sort of sequence. So I don't think we know exactly, but we know this feeling is starting to occur. What level of feeling we don't know, but feeling is beginning to occur because the sensory receptors are there.